Today's message is Exodus chapter 13. And we see the title here at the start of the chapter in the Bible I have here, How Israel Remembered the Exodus. But it's really verses 1 to 3, and particularly verse 2 that we're going to concentrate on. So we'll read the verses. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Consecrate to me." And that's the key phrase we want to pick out. "All the firstborn, whatever opens the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and beast." And these are the three words I want you to remember. It is mine. And Moses said to the people, "Remember this day in which you went out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, for by strength of hand the Lord brought you out of this place." But the key phrase is in verse 2, "It is mine." Here we see how God instructed the Israelites to keep the firstborn for him. And of course that reminder, "it is mine," is a good reminder of who really owns us as Christians. God commands Israel to set apart every firstborn to him. This wasn't just a ritual, it was a declaration. God was reminding his people of three profound truths from these verses. Of course, we know from Exodus chapter 4 that Israel is described as God's firstborn. Setting apart the firstborn honored this identity. Israel belonged to God because he chose them, not because of anything they had accomplished. Secondly, the firstborn included the best. In ancient culture, the firstborn represented strength, blessing, and priority. Giving the firstborn to God was a way of saying, "Lord, you get my first and my best." And thirdly, it was a reminder of redemption. God had redeemed his firstborn Israel from Egyptian slavery. Every firstborn offering pointed back to that moment of powerful deliverance. And the thing that really struck me was that remembering the God who redeems and remembering that God gets our best really should lead to a heart of worship and giving God our best as Christians. From the beginning, God has always invited his people into a posture of giving him the best. Not because he needs anything, but because it shapes our own hearts. Giving God our best reminds us of whose we are and who saved us. And then we go through just a few examples of giving in the Old and New Testament. Goes right back to Genesis chapter 4, Abel's offering. Abel brought the firstborn of his flock and their fat portions. He honored God by giving him the top portion, not the leftovers. Then of course in Deuteronomy chapter 26, Israel, the first fruits, God commanded the people to bring the first of their harvest. This act acknowledged that the land and every good thing belonged to him. Then we come to the New Testament. We have the poor widow's offering, Mark chapter 12. She gave 2 small coins, all she had to live on. While the amount was small in monetary terms, it was her best because she had given it in love and trust. And then of course John chapter 12, Mary anointing the feet of Christ. Mary broke a jar of expensive perfume worth a year's wages to honor Jesus. Her extravagant gift revealed her deep devotion. God's command in Exodus 13 wasn't simply about livestock or family structure. It was about remembrance and relationship. Every time Israel set aside the firstborn, they were reminded, we belong to God. God deserves our first and best. We must never forget the day he brought us out. And I thought that's 3 profound things for every Christian to remember. We belong to God. God deserves our first and best. We must never forget the day he brought us out, not from slavery, physical slavery, but from slavery to sin. Today, God calls us to the same heart posture. We may not offer firstborn animals, but we offer the first moments of our day, the best of our abilities, the top part of our resources, and our highest devotion. And that should really challenge me and you as Christians. As maybe the question should be, do we give him the first moments in our day, the best of our abilities, the top part of our resources, and our highest devotion, or do we give him the leftovers? Our prayer should be, Lord, you redeem me with a mighty hand through Christ. Teach me to give you my first and my best, not out of duty, but out of love. Help me remember all you have brought me out of, and let my life be a daily offering that honors you. Remember Romans 12 verse 1. Paul pleads with the Romans and with us, present your bodies, by the mercies of God, present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable to God, which is your reasonable act of worship. When we give him the best, because as it said in Exodus 13 verse 2, it is mine. Thank you for listening.